Let me ask you something. When was the last time you saw a car that genuinely stopped you in your tracks? Not because it was loud, not because it had a massive engine roaring down the street, but because it was completely, almost eerily silent and still looked like it cost a small fortune. That moment is happening more and more in 2026, and it's all because of one thing. Luxury electric SUVs have officially arrived, and they are absolutely stunning. This isn't a future promise anymore. This isn't some concept car sitting behind glass at an auto show. Right now, today, you can walk into a dealership and drive away in a machine that does 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, travels over 400 miles on a single charge, and wraps you in a cabin so refined it makes a 5-star hotel suite feel a little ordinary. So if you have ever thought about making the switch, or even if you are just curious, this is the video you need to watch. Because we are breaking down the absolute best luxury electric SUVs of 2026, and by the end of this, you will know exactly which one deserves your attention. Welcome back. If you are new here, this channel is where we talk real cars, real specs, and real opinions, no fluff, no filler. And today, we are going all in on one of the hottest segments in the entire automotive industry. Luxury electric SUVs have exploded in 2026. Nearly every premium brand now has a serious contender in this space: BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Cadillac, Rivian, Lucid, Genesis, the list just keeps going. According to U.S. News & World Report, the segment has roughly tripled in size since 2020, and buyers today are genuinely spoiled for choice. But here is the thing. When you are spending $70,000, $100,000, or even $180,000 on a vehicle, the spec sheet alone does not tell the whole story. Range, power, technology, yes, those matter. But so does the way the car makes you feel the moment you close the door. So does the software reliability. So does the brand identity. That is what separates a good luxury EV from a truly great one. And that is exactly the lens through which we are evaluating every car in this video. Let us get into it. Welcome back. If you are new here, this channel is where we talk real cars, real specs, and real opinions, no fluff, no filler. And today, we are going all in on one of the hottest segments in the entire automotive industry. Luxury electric SUVs have exploded in 2026. Nearly every premium brand now has a serious contender in this space: BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Porsche, Cadillac, Rivian, Lucid, Genesis, the list just keeps going. According to U.S. News & World Report, the segment has roughly tripled in size since 2020, and buyers today are genuinely spoiled for choice. But here is the thing. When you are spending $70,000, $100,000, or even $180,000 on a vehicle, the spec sheet alone does not tell the whole story. Range, power, technology, yes, those matter. But so does the way the car makes you feel the moment you close the door. So does the software reliability. So does the brand identity. That is what separates a good luxury EV from a truly great one. And that is exactly the lens through which we are evaluating every car in this video. Let us get into it. We are starting at the top. The 2026 Lucid Gravity is not just the best luxury electric SUV of 2026. It is quite possibly the most technically impressive SUV ever built, full stop. U.S. News gave it a perfect score of 10.0 out of 10, and after looking at everything this car brings to the table, it is genuinely hard to argue with that verdict. Let us start with range, because this is where Lucid absolutely humiliates the competition. The Gravity achieves an EPA estimated range of over 450 miles on a single charge, making it the #1 ranked model in the longest range electric SUV category globally. To put that into perspective, most gas-powered SUVs cannot even match that on a tank of fuel. Think about that for a second. You are driving a fully electric luxury SUV, and you are worrying about range less than you would in a gasoline vehicle. That is a seismic shift. The performance is equally outrageous. The Gravity uses Lucid's proprietary electric motor technology, which the brand originally developed for high-performance motorsport applications. The result is world-class power delivery that makes even the most powerful competitors feel a bit behind. Acceleration is brutal in the best possible way, and the handling stays composed and refined even when you push the car hard. This is not a soft, floaty luxury barge. It is a performance machine that happens to also be extraordinarily comfortable. Inside, the Gravity offers a genuinely spacious and versatile cabin. Lucid has packaged the interior brilliantly, giving families real three-row utility without sacrificing the premium feel that justifies the price. The materials are exceptional, the attention to detail is apparent everywhere you look, and the technology integration feels intuitive rather than overwhelming. The one honest criticism? The software. Multiple reviewers have noted that the infotainment system can be glitchy, and that the over-the-air update cadence needs improvement. This is a real issue, and it is the only thing holding the Gravity back from being an absolutely perfect package. Lucid is aware of it and they are working on it, but if rock-solid software is your top priority, keep that in mind. Starting price puts the Gravity firmly in the upper tier of this segment, but for what you get, the range, the performance, the engineering, it is arguably the most impressive dollar-for-dollar statement in luxury EVs right now. If the Lucid Gravity is the headline act, then the 2026 BMW iX is the one that quietly earns the standing ovation at the end of the night. According to the experts at Recharged and Edmunds, the iX is the most complete luxury electric SUV package going into 2026. And when you live with it day after day, you begin to understand exactly why. The iX is not about extremes. It does not have the longest range on this list. It does not have the fastest 0 to 60 time. What it has is balance, and in a luxury vehicle, balance might be the most underrated quality of all. The 2026 xDrive 60 model produces 402 horsepower, hits 60 miles per hour in under 5 seconds, and delivers an EPA estimated range of 312 miles. That is more than enough for virtually any real-world use case, including long road trips with only occasional charging stops. What truly elevates the iX is the way it drives. BMW has engineered this car with the same philosophy it applies to every vehicle in its lineup: the driver matters. The steering has genuine feedback. The suspension is tuned to feel planted and confident without being harsh. Even at highway speeds, the car communicates with you in a way that makes you feel connected rather than isolated. And yet, when you want it to be a quiet, serene luxury cruiser, it does that flawlessly too. The interior is where BMW really flexed its creative muscles. The cabin is distinctive, thoughtful, and genuinely beautiful. Interesting materials, a curved display setup that puts controls exactly where you need them, and a sense of craftsmanship that feels earned at the price point. The acoustic insulation is exceptional, outside noise is effectively eliminated, creating a private, peaceful environment that long-distance drivers will deeply appreciate. Edmunds awarded the iX its top-rated award for this segment in 2026, citing its unique interior design and the new xDrive 45 entry model that makes the lineup more accessible than ever. The 9 xDrive 60 is the one to have if budget allows, but the fact that BMW has expanded access without diluting the core experience is worth acknowledging. If you want a luxury electric SUV that disappears into the background on a long highway run and never gives you a reason to complain, this is it. Let us be honest about something. A lot of luxury EVs are designed primarily to impress people standing outside the car. The Porsche Macan Electric GTS is designed to impress the person sitting inside it. And that distinction matters enormously if you actually love driving. Porsche brought out the 2026 GTS variant of the Macan Electric with meaningful updates across the tech stack and a sharpened character that makes it one of the most dynamically satisfying vehicles in this entire segment. This car feels like a Porsche first and an EV second, and for a certain kind of buyer, that is the highest possible compliment. The steering is precise and communicative in a way that very few electric vehicles achieve. The chassis responses feel immediate and confidence-inspiring. Push it into a corner and the car tucks in obediently. The weight managed through a sophisticated multi-link suspension system, and the natural low center of gravity that comes with having batteries mounted in the floor. Performance-minded luxury buyers who have been holding out because they were afraid EVs would be too disconnected, too clinical, the Macan GTS is the antidote to that concern. That said, it is worth being honest about the trade-offs. The Macan is a compact luxury SUV, which means interior space is tighter than the larger entries on this list. Range, while entirely acceptable for daily use, is not class-leading. And the starting price for the GTS trim places it in genuinely premium territory. But every one of those trade-offs is the price you pay for driving character that genuinely rivals a sports car while still having 4 doors, a practical cargo area, and Porsche's legendary reliability reputation. For 2026, Porsche added technology and convenience upgrades across the Macan Electric lineup, reinforcing its position as the driver's choice in the segment. If you have ever driven a 911 and felt that unmistakable sense of connection, the Macan GTS is the closest you will get to that feeling in an electric SUV. Most luxury SUVs are at their best on smooth highways and well-maintained city streets. The 2026 Rivian R1S is at its best everywhere. And that distinction is what makes it genuinely special in this segment. Rivian designed the R1S from the ground up as an adventure vehicle that happens to be luxurious, rather than a luxury vehicle that vaguely suggests it might go off-road. The result is a 7-seat electric SUV with standard air suspension, impressive ground clearance, extraordinary towing capability, and powertrain options that include quad-motor configurations producing levels of torque that seem almost fictional on paper. The 2024 and 2025 battery pack updates push the range into the low 400-mile zone in certain configurations, genuinely class-competitive territory. The interior is warm, functional, and premium without being pretentious. Rivian has made thoughtful decisions throughout. The gear tunnel storage, the outdoor optimized details, the camp mode features that let you sleep in the car in genuine comfort. This is a vehicle that has been designed by people who actually use it in the ways its buyers intend to use it. U.S. News notes that the R1S bundles a luxurious 7-seat interior, impressive on- and off-road performance, and a wealth of standard equipment into a package that feels worth every dollar. It is not the flashiest car on this list, and it is not trying to be. What it is deeply capable and genuinely satisfying in a way that reveals itself over months and years of ownership, rather than in a 10-minute test drive. If your life includes weekend escapes, camping trips, mountain drives, or simply the desire to own a vehicle that can handle anything you throw at it, while still looking and feeling impeccably premium, the R1S has almost no competition. Cadillac came back swinging in the electric era, and the results are genuinely impressive. The 2026 Cadillac Lyriq and the newer, larger Vistiq together represent one of the most compelling EV lineups from an American brand in recent memory. The Lyriq is, as U.S. News describes it, a luxurious and fast EV cruiser that bests its direct rivals in multiple key areas. The design is confident and modern, dramatic LED lighting, a sculptural exterior, and an interior that looks genuinely world-class. The 33-inch curved LED display is a statement piece, and the overall cabin quality rivals European competitors that cost significantly more. Range is solid, ride quality is exceptional, and the Lyriq moves through the world with the kind of composed authority that Cadillac was once known for, and then lost for a while. The Vistiq steps things up for buyers who need 3 rows. With a 615 horsepower dual-motor all-wheel drive system, a 3.7-second 0 to 60 time, and GM's hands-free Super Cruise driver assistance technology, the Vistiq is Cadillac's most technically ambitious EV yet. TrueCar calls it the brand's most thrilling EV, and it occupies a sweet spot between the Lyriq and the flagship Escalade IQ in terms of size, capability, and price positioning. For buyers who want the genuine American luxury experience, the brand heritage, the visual presence, the deep comfort philosophy, Cadillac has delivered something worthy of serious consideration in 2026. This is not a consolation prize for buyers who could not afford German or British alternatives. This is a legitimate first choice. And then there is this. The 2026 Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680 SUV does not compete in the same conversation as the other cars on this list. It exists in a different dimension entirely. One where the price approaches $180,000, and the experience is defined entirely by one word: opulence. This is the car you buy when subtlety is absolutely not on the agenda. The Maybach identity communicates immediately, and without ambiguity. The exterior presence is enormous. The rear seat experience is comparable to a first-class cabin on a private jet, massaging seats, individual climate zones, a curated audio experience, and materials throughout the cabin that represent the very pinnacle of automotive craftsmanship. It is not the most practical choice on this list. It is not designed for carving mountain roads or conquering off-road trails. What it is designed for: chauffeured travel, high-status arrivals, serene long-distance journeys. It executes with a level of completeness that no other vehicle in this segment touches. Starting at around $180,000 before options, this is not a car for everyone. But for the buyer who wants the absolute top of the luxury EV SUV market, Who wants a vehicle that makes a definitive statement about success and refinement? The Maybach EQS 680 is the answer. Before we wrap up, a few more names deserve a mention. The Genesis GV60 and electrified GV70 continue to deliver outstanding value in the luxury EV segment. Exceptional build quality, rapid charging, and a genuinely compelling design language that has earned Genesis real respect in this space. Edmunds awarded the electrified GV70 its top-rated small luxury SUV accolade for 2026, and that recognition is well-deserved. The Tesla Model Y, now refreshed for 2026 with upgraded performance, remains the most accessible luxury electric SUV in the segment, and the sheer volume of its presence on the road is a testament to how well it actually works in everyday life. The Hyundai Ioniq 9, awarded Edmunds' highest overall rating of 8.4 out of 10, brings three-row practicality, rapid recharging, and a roomy interior to a price point that makes it a genuine value play. And the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV continues to offer the most traditional luxury experience in the segment, quiet, comfortable, and wrapped in the brand prestige that Mercedes has built over more than a century. So after going through all of these incredible machines, here is the honest summary. If you want the absolute best, the most technologically advanced, the longest range, the most impressive engineering achievement, the Lucid Gravity is it. If you want the most balanced, most livable, most complete daily driver in the segment, the BMW iX is almost certainly the right answer. If you are a driver at heart and you refuse to give up that connection behind the wheel, choose the Porsche Macan GTS and never look back. If you need a vehicle that can genuinely do everything luxury, adventure, family, off-road, the Rivian R1S stands alone. And if you want to make the most unambiguous statement possible about arriving in style, the Mercedes-Maybach EQS 680 is waiting. The truth is, in 2026 there is no wrong choice in this segment. The question is simply which car matches your life, your values, and your vision of what a great vehicle should be. And right now the options have never been better. That is a wrap on the best luxury electric SUVs of 2026. I hope this gave you a genuinely useful, honest look at what the market has to offer right now. Not just the numbers, but the character, the trade-offs, and the feeling of each car. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who love cars as much as we do. And if you are not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. We cover new car reviews, EV deep dives, and honest buying guides every single week. Drop a comment below and tell me, which one of these would you choose and why? I read every single comment, and I genuinely want to know your answer. See you in the next one.